Welcome. Have you heard of Sentinel Prime? No, not that Sentinel Prime. The Cyberverse Sentinel Prime. This stupid motherfucker. You know, the Cybertronian leader of the Autobots, lost to the far reaches of space after being shot down in the war against the Autobots and the Decepticons. What an amazing guy. Would be a shame if it turned out he was bad. Why? Why would you kill my boy fucking Ironhide like that? That's fucking devastating for a teenage boy to see. I don't even think I was a teenager. When did that movie come out? I think it was like 2009 or something. Alright, here's a history lesson. In the film, Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon, Sentinel Prime is the Cybertronian leader of the Autobots who has been lost to space after being shot down during the war for Cybertron, holding an item that was integral for winning the war. Cut to present-day Earth. The Ark, the ship Sentinel was on, was found to have crashed on the moon, making the space race begin. Great use of real-world history to sell the feel of it. Using the first moon landing as a cover-up for the Americans to find out what landed on the lunar surface. Encountering the Ark and the pillars, which are used to create a bridge. A space bridge, to be exact, between where they are and Cybertron. Turns out the Decepticons stole hundreds from the Ark, leaving only 5, including the control pillar. Later on, some bullshit happens. Sentinel is pulled out of the Ark, brought to Earth and resurrected by Optimus Prime. Turns out this bitch is loyal to Cybertron to a fucking fault, and joins the Decepticons to bring Cybertron to Earth's orbit for some fucking weird reason. I can't remember exactly. Having his plan thwarted by a human. To make a long story short, Megatron gets rage-baited into helping Optimus Prime defeat Sentinel. Megatron talks about a truce, but wants to be in charge. Without hesitation, Prime starts fighting, having it end with Megatron getting killed in a very brutal way. For some reason, there is red blood too, like a rusty oil, I guess. This motherfucker, Optimus Prime, tears his head clean off, war criminal style, and proceeds to pick up Megatron's gun and execute Sentinel after he pleads for mercy. My man Cyberverse Optimus Prime is a dangerous motherfucker. No wonder they get hunted in the next movie. Also, how the fuck did the best killer in all of fiction get killed by a parachute? Anyway, let's start with robot mode, shall we? So, articulation. We have a slight head joint, mainly for the transformation, but you can still make him look up. He has a full 360 at his shoulder. It is a bit tight, but that's okay. We have forward movement and elbow movement, and a full back and a backwards elbow. Gotta love that. We have a small bit of articulation on the fins, which is cool, but don't know when you'd ever need to use it. We have slight downward shoulder articulation, but that's mainly for the transformation. The legs have forward articulation, a 90-degree angle on the knee. Not much for a back... Oh, my bad. Quite a lot for a backwards articulation, but not much for forward. It has a terrible spread, but if you play the game, you can make him do the splits, but that isn't very good on clearance. And he doesn't stand very well. You also have his shield and his sword. Wow, what a fantastic character. Oh, with those bits of articulation, you expect it to have some pretty good poses, right? Right? It's very limited. You can barely stand in any pose, if you really want to call it a fucking pose. But if you have a stand, which is not included, of course, You can get like one pose without it falling over, is the pose I usually keep him in. Now we can talk about transforming the figure. Fuck that off. Now, take them off. We will transform this first. So, pull that out and rotate. Ta-da! You have now transformed the parts forming section that I don't particularly like. Start with the legs. You turn like so on both sides. Flip the foot up like so. You can put them together. Yep. Turn these towards up and go like that. Turn your arm inwards so it's sitting like this. Flip the head up. Do the same on the other side. Turn and rotate so that this section points inwards to then clip into the side panel. And do the same on the other side, like so. Now, flip this down, turn these in, and push it back so that that is now like that. Pull those back out. You want this to then clip into the back, like. Oh, come on. Work with me here. It's really fighting me. And then press the sides together for the back. Place the sword on the two placements, and you now have your figurine transformed. The painting and sculpting of this figure is half-half. Sculpting is fantastic. The head sculpt is amazing for the size. Paint job, on the other hand, for what it is, like the silver accents and everything, it really helps. But the black sections on the legs isn't accurate to the actual character on screen. The inside of the hands feels really unpainted, and it could have done a little bit more with what it had. While in car mode, it's fantastic. I absolutely love the fact that the actual hose has articulation. The paint job on the side is amazing. It looks just like the truck in the movie. The blacked out front makes it look like the actual truck. It's a fire truck, by the way. And the fact that everything just is neat and solid without not having to worry is just amazing. I could throw the bastard and it wouldn't fall apart. Now, let's talk about the issues I have with this figure. One of the smaller things is parts forming. This is the one thing that stops the figure in vehicle mode from being complete, but it is a very smart way to use it. You can store it on the body, but it really does not help. It makes the figure top heavy, or back heavy, I should say. He just falls over. There are very, very faint stress marks on the hands, but from constant use, it'll definitely loosen the grip, and over time the weapons will fall out, which is not good when you're trying to make a figure have a pose. Again, here is another issue. You can't fucking pose it. There's so many issues with clearance. You can get around it, but you just can't get it in any dynamic poses. It's not fun to have a figure if it can't get in dynamic poses. You can have a figure where, you know, it looks good just standing there, but it's not, it just doesn't work. Oh, where I got this figure, you may ask? Well, usually the answer is eBay. Most of the figures that I've got are either from eBay, again, my local toy shop, Zing, EB Games, or JB Hi-Fi. But there are some that I've gotten from garage sales. I've gotten from Facebook Marketplace. There's only a very few of them. But This guy I got from a convention called the Mackay Popcon. It's only been around for a little while. And my wife and I, or specifically her, does her own booth and she sells her art. And I go waltzing around the place and I find a guy selling old Hasbro figures. And I stumbled upon this guy. This little figure, which I have no fucking clue the name. All I remember is he's from Transformers 2. And the star of the show, Bulkhead. I never expected to find figures at a convention because every other convention I've ever gone to never has anything. But he had some egregious prices. Like the Bulkhead was the most expensive. He was, I believe, like $30. There was another figure I wanted to pick up. It was a Constructicon's Revenge of the Fallen miniature. Hard to explain. I'll put a picture up here. It was really cool because it was in the 1986 Constructicon colors, so the purple and green. But he wanted $100 for it. I know it was a complete set, but fuck me, I don't know where they were. At least that transformation is pretty fucking simple. And if done correctly, the clearances have no issues. Let's give him an overall score. I wanted to do this a bit different to what I've seen online. I know that a lot of people do it in like 5s and 10s. It's like I wanted to do an average, so I have an overall score. Articulation got a 6 out of 10 because he does have joints in places that smaller figures like this don't even have. Posing is a 2. If he couldn't get any in any poses at all, he would have gotten a 1 or even a 0. Transformation is an 8 out of 10. With the clearance issues, if you don't transform him correctly, it brings it down a bit. But it's very simple, very quick, and you can just do it without feeling like something's going to break. Painting and sculpting is just fucking fantastic. I wasn't expecting a figure of this size to have such a, wow, I know exactly who that character is feeling to it. And the overall accuracy of the figure, 8 out of 10. Because from the little things that come with the paint and the fact that they could have done a bit more, what do you expect? The figure's 3 inches tall. Taking that into a calculator, it's an overall of a 6.2 out of 10. Really being dragged down by that posing. And if you really want a 10 out of 10 figure, just go with the 2020 Sentinel Prime release with the Studio Series. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that figure. I really want him. I would also like to look at getting one of those third-party figures. I think someone's house is on fire. What the fuck? I think someone's house is on fire. Whoa. Holy shit. Wait a minute. And did you do spray? Jesus Christ, I jump scared myself. I think that's good. I think I might keep that. The pop filter does need to be on though. It makes the microphone really rattly, but it's kind of necessary for the amount of pops. So if I put that on, it gets rid of it. Oh shit! Oh shit! I just tore it. No, my pop filter! I bought my pop filter! No, boo! I bought my pop filter! Fuck! Please subscribe so that I can buy a new pop filter.